The Patriot League. Let me just start off by saying that it's not affiliated with the New England Patriots, although the logo is quite similar. And it too is based in the northeastern United States. But it's actually a group of fairly well-to-do colleges with some very interesting stadiums. So let's just get into it. Christy Mathewson Memorial Stadium, Bucknell Bison. It's actually named after a former baseball player, which you might think is a bit odd considering it's not a baseball field. But I'm fairly sure that Christy Mathewson is the most famous athlete to come from this school, considering he's in the Baseball Hall of Fame. On top of that, he did actually play football for Bucknell. Anyway, this seems to be a decent little stadium. I always love it when there's some sort of garden behind one of the end zones, but this one is extra special. They have somehow worked out a way to pollinate the plants without any bees. Coffee Field, Fordham Rams. This one is also named after a baseball player, but you can see why that might be appropriate. It is what I would call a stadium of overlapping fields, or a Venn diagram stadium as it's known in southern Turkmenistan. It did actually start out as a baseball stadium, but they started playing football in the outfield, and then installed temporary bleachers followed by a permanent stand. It's certainly a strange sight. But I like how even though it's in the Bronx, you wouldn't know it. It's located right next to the New York Botanical Garden and it's quite a leafy area. Cooper Field, Georgetown Hoyas. It's a college that's well known for its basketball team. In fact, they play out of Capital One Arena, which has a much larger capacity than this stadium. But then again, so do most supermarkets. It's the smallest stadium in Division I football. But before the recent renovations, it just looked like a field that had some temporary bleachers added. At least now it has a proper grandstand with a brick facade that not only gives it a sense of permanence, but also matches the surrounding buildings that overshadow the field quite well. Crown Field at Andy Kerr Stadium, Colgate Raiders. I included the field name in the title just to point out the irony that Colgate play at Crown Field. It's quite a nice setting, plenty of greenery about the place. What else to say? That main grandstand certainly has an interesting design, and something that's a little unusual is that the press boxes are in the away stand, well behind it. Not really important, but just pointing it out. Fisher Stadium, Lafayette Leopards. Another scenic spot, but the stadium itself is also quite easy on the eye. I do really like it when the grandstand is carved into the earth rather than being a separate structure. As always, I like the coloured benches as well, and those hedges behind each end zone are a nice addition. Not quite on the levels of Sanford Stadium, but wait, are they even hedges? I'll hedge my bets and just call them plants. I've already received enough threats from the botanist community as it is. Either way, it seems like a solid all-round stadium. Fitton Field, Holy Cross Crusaders. Now, maybe I should have done more research, and forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think Holy Cross might be a Christian college. I don't know why I say that, I guess I must have heard it somewhere. Anyway, not relevant. See, those red benches made all the difference to the last stadium. This one would have been so much better with a bit of purple to match the team's jersey. It's still an interesting looking stadium though. A very wonky horseshoe that backs onto a ballpark, and Interstate 290. It's stuck between a road and a first base. I should also mention that they've been playing football here for well over 100 years. Not many teams can say the same. Goodman Stadium, Lehigh Mountain Hawks. This might be the most bucolic stadium I've ever seen. It's situated in the Saucon Valley, surrounded by heavily wooded hills. It's like the golf course of stadiums. Well, no, that's this one, but you know what I mean, it does look like it belongs at a country club. Actually, there is a Saucon Valley Country Club. Also, Saucony the shoe company was founded nearby. I wonder if the name Saucon Valley has any connection. Probably. The setting is rather nice, but the landscaping in and around the stadium itself complements it perfectly. And those were the Patriot League stadiums. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, have a good one.